All right, I want to create some musical ideas, and in order to do that, I want to record something or at least draw some notes somewhere. And I need a clip to do that. Now, I mentioned that we have the arranger panel over here, and I also have a clip launcher over here. I want to work with shorter, more loop-based ideas for now, so having the arranger panel visible doesn't really make a lot of sense right now. So let's just go ahead and hide it by clicking that button. Okay, now I can see I currently have what are known as 8 different scenes, and each scene contains clips from all of my different tracks. I can always add more scenes if I want. I can always have more clips, but this is where we're starting. On my track that's armed, when the track is armed, these clip slots have little circles, which means I can start recording directly into a clip slot. And when we do this, the way that clips work, if you're not familiar with this or Ableton Live, each clip by default will start at the beginning of the next bar and will stop by default at the end of the bar. This means that all the clips should stay in sync with our global transport. If you want to change this, the options to change it are in the play menu. All right. This is another good time to point out that all these things up here in this top area, this is your toolbar, and you can pin certain menu items to the toolbar so you don't have to constantly dive in here. In the play menu, there's a few things I have pinned. I often want to write automation in the clip launcher and overdub into clips. I might want to enable the groove at certain points, etc. So if I want to pin these things, I can just hit the pin and then they're up there. Cool. That'll be useful because when I create a clip, I'll probably want to overdub after I have the clip set up. All right. So let me go ahead and press play. My metronome is here. I don't know that I really want to go this fast. I actually have no idea what I want to do yet. I should probably figure that out. All right. Do something. I want to make sure that I have my quantization enabled. So like I said, you can also enable this here in the play menu, record quantization. Okay. Now, I could record in real time or I could draw notes into a clip. If I want to record in real time, the easiest way would just be arm the track and start recording. So let's go ahead and do that for our first example. And so you'll notice it waits. Okay, now when I hit this again, it waited for the end of the bar. I double click on the clip. Here's my editor. And I can see the notes inside of the clip. All right. Now, I actually think this is pretty cool. Now that I'm looking at my editor, I'd like to be able to zoom in or zoom out to see the whole clip. If I click inside of the editor, just to give the editor my focus, I can press Z on my keyboard, and that'll just zoom all the way out so the whole loop is in focus. Nice. Okay. Let's say that I want to change some things about the clip. For example, the loop length is too long. All right. This is my loop brace, and once I clicked on my loop brace, the inspector panel changed and there's a bunch of new information here. The loop length is up here, okay? The clip, I could change the clip color, where it starts and all that good stuff, but I'm concerned with this. The loop length should really be 4 bars and not 5. It added an extra bar because I hit the record button a little bit late. So let's just change this to 4. Okay, I press play. Okay, not bad, not bad. I want to remember this clip because I'm going to go back to it, but I want to do something else. So if I want to name this in my inspector panel, I can simply go here, baseline 1. Okay, cool. What if I want to just draw some notes in instead? I could draw notes into this clip, but let's just do something a little bit different. I'm going to create a blank instrument clip. I can just double click in the middle of this clip slot, and now I have a blank 1-bar clip. I'll press play, and I don't know why it's waiting to start. There we go. I don't think I was actually starting at the beginning of the bar. Okay, now I have a piano roll in here, and when I'm in the editor, I have several tools that I can use in order to interact with events inside of a clip. Okay, the clip is the container. Inside of the clip, we have events. Now, using my mouse, the default setting, I can just double click into these slots. All right. This is too high. I'm going to select these. I want to drop everything an octave. I can hold shift and press down. That drops them an octave. Okay, that's cool. Let's say instead of double clicking with my mouse, I want to enter the notes a bit more easily. In this corner, the upper left corner, this is going to show us different tools we can use inside of the editor. And again, a consistent thing with Bitwig is that most of the tools and things you use can be accessed with a single button shortcut. So all of these tools just use the numbers, all right? And the tool that I like to use a lot is the knife tool, which is number 5. In this case, I want to use the pen tool, which is number 3, all right? So let me just press 3. And now I can enter notes with a single click. All right, cool. Now, if I want to fold this to only see the notes that I played, I can hit this icon here, and this will fold the clip to only show me what I played. So just to kind of hammer home this point one more time, now that I have 2 different clips on the same track, this track can only play one of them at a time. And every time I trigger a clip, it's going to wait for the beginning of the next bar. So this gives me a great way to alternate between 2 different ideas. All right, cool. So far, so good.